Hi, my loves. I've been having this conversation with some of my students and some of my community for the last week or so. It seems to be a big theme that's kind of rearing its head right now. So I wanted to just jump in and just really have this conversation with you today. And what I'm seeing for a lot of people, it's something I've dealt with over the years too, is we have this need, we have this response that we're not where someone else is, and we are just grappling all the time of like, well, something's wrong with me and I have to do something if I want this result. It's kind of like this environment that we're in, right? And we have this inbuilt system within many of us. And while we're working through all of our wounds, that we feel we're not good enough. There's something wrong with me if I don't have what someone else has. We're comparing ourselves. We're in that state of jealousy. And what ultimately is happening is that we're just pushing ourselves more and more down. So if we're already not feeling enough, not feeling worthy, just this constant just keeps at us. And it's like we're just kind of picking at this wound and wound to wound. And for many people, and of course, because I work with so many spiritual women who are in business, social media is just such a toxic place for them because it is showing, right? It is like a mirror and it is showing us exactly where there's wounds. It's showing us exactly the triggers. So if you're in this state as well, and so I know many of you may be, where you're going on Instagram and you're seeing all these other people, all these other healers, all these other coaches, or whatever it is, or all these people having these transformations and living their best life. If that's something that you're really actively working on, but you're feeling that you're not enough, that you're not getting there, I'm not getting the results quick enough, and we're constricting ourselves and putting this noose around our neck of like, I need it to come right now. That's kind of what's going to be reflected to us, that we're going to see all of these results. But instead of seeing it as evidence, thank you, universe, for showing me what is also available to me, we take it the other way and go, great, I really am doing something wrong. I really am not worthy. I really suck at this because I've got evidence of everyone else that's doing it right and I'm doing something wrong. And so something that I say a lot is that we can't compare ourselves to anyone else. And the reason is that we are all in different cycles. Okay, so comparing yourself, and this happens so much with so many students that I teach, who come in, who want to do energy healing work. They feel this passion, they feel this excitement, they really want to, go, this is it. I know this is my calling. I know this is what I'm meant to be. You're comparing yourself to someone who's maybe been doing it for 5 years, for 10 years. And it's the same in business. We're looking at people at results, and it's not saying that we can't have quantum leaps ourselves. Some people have that knack that their business takes off in 6 months, in 12 months, but some people it takes years. And so we're in this mind frame when we're going on that we're not realizing that we're all in different cycles. So if you're just new starting up, of course, how can we go and compare ourselves to someone who's a veteran, who's gone through all of the hardship and has come out the other side and figured things out as they went? How can we compare ourselves to that? But even wherever we're at our journey, we're still going through cycles, just like we do as women. We go through a cycle every single month with our period. This is why so many people and women work, in their cycles. Lots of people only create when they're in ovulation because we feel fantastic then. Lots of people retreat and don't do as much during, when the lead up or during their period. And it's the same thing, that even through our awakenings, we're going to have periods and cycles where we do need to contract. That's not the time that we're attracting our ideal clients. It's not the time we're attracting money. It's not the time that, you know, we're feeling fantastic about our bodies, or, you know, we're in this contraction because it's bringing up everything for us to look at. We look at the shadows at that time. When you're in expansion, that's when all of these amazing things happen. So it's really important that we just start to kind of take that step back, you know, because when you're in it, you're taking everything so personally, and really take this step back and go, okay, connect to your higher self and say, okay, let me, or your light team, and say, let me see a different perspective. Let me see from the outside and look in what's really going on here. And so the more that we can start to accept, okay, I work in these natural cycles, you know, we've got this perception, and it's been very programmed into the collective that, you know, life should be good all the time. I should be happy all the time. And I say this to a lot of the women that I work with when we're doing deep healing work, is because we seem to think that we're just going to go up, you know, they come at their lowest point, right? It's when we really start to do the work is at the very lowest, because it makes us go, right, this isn't working. I'm going to finally do something about it. But we expect this, you know, shoot this rocket, and we're just going to keep going, and things are just going to get better. But that's not the reality. And so the more that we can actually accept, okay, I work in cycles. Let's remove that program of like, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to be on all the time. I'm not going to be in that energy all the time, because it's actually not natural. So we've been fed this illusion that, you know, if we're doing all of this work, or we're going through a transformation, that life is just going to be completely rosy all the time. So it's a really false belief. And I think when we're seeing that evidence through social media, or people in your life that you know, looking from the outside, it can look like they're really happy and life is full, but we actually don't really know what's going on behind. So if you've been in this comparison, if you're feeling that jealousy, I want you just to take a breath with me. Let's just take a breath, breathe out, give yourself a break, and let's just have this reframe. So let's just tap for a minute. Tapping on our chest. It's okay. I didn't let myself see that I'm in a cycle. I didn't see that I've been pushing and pushing and pushing instead of accepting. It's okay for me not to be on all the time. The more that I trust, the more that I lean into the cycles, the safer I am. It's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay to not be the same as everyone else. I'm an individual. My cycle is going to be different to someone else's. Success is going to look different to me than someone else's expectations or beliefs. So let's just take that breath. Just starting to let go of these old stories. Letting go of these old programs. And many of this can go back to persecution wounds. This can also go back into childhood wounds of not feeling enough. So just letting yourself go as deep as you need to. Setting that intention that you are ready. You are ready to look at this. Ready to take out those old subconscious thoughts and programs, all those beliefs, all that's being passed on to us. This may be generational as well for you. You may see this kind of behavior. You may be able to go, yeah, my mom or my dad or my nan or someone else in my family. Yes, I can see I'm doing the same thing. So it's just giving ourselves permission, giving ourselves this reframe. I'm in a different cycle. I don't need to compare myself to anyone else. And the more that we start to feel this worthiness inside, the more that we can start to cultivate that from internally, the more that's going to start to reflect in our external world. So I hope that has really just landed for you. Sometimes, it's just the simplest shifts and perceptions and, just changing and reframing things slightly to go, yeah, and it's not us needing to go from, well, I'm here and I want to get here. This acceptance is this neutral space. And that's kind of where we need to really get to first, is a neutral space, that forgiveness of ourselves, of the understanding to go, yeah, of course. So silly. Why was I comparing myself to someone who's not even in the same book as me? I'm comparing you, and that's the thing, we can only compare ourselves to ourselves, to the version we were yesterday, to the version I was 30 minutes ago. No one else is in your story but you. So it's time that we really start to remember that. So I hope that that's just landed a little bit of a perception shift for us to really get out of these old habits that we've created for ourselves. So if you want to go deeper into this work, of course, you can come and book a one-on-one session with me. We can really get into your subconscious thoughts, or of course go and check out Lightworker Academy, which is where you go through all of your own inner healing. And if you want to become an energy healer, or if you're already an energy healer and you're wanting to really break through, with your business and look at these blocks, then go and check out the Spiritual Business Academy, which takes you through strategy, mindset, and energetics to help you through your business. Sending you so much love. Bye.